Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Report presented by State Farm. I want to thank Athletic Director Jay Ortiz for stopping by and spending time with us like he does each and every week on our program to catch us up on all you need to know about Southeastern athletics. We're going to start the highlight portion of our show this week by taking a look at as the Lady Lions softball team was in action against Incarnate Word for a Southland Conference Series. Here's the highlights.
Southeastern Louisiana softball team returned home to North Oak Park. They were hosting the Southland Conference newcomer Incarnate Word. In the circle for Southeastern junior Spencer Atkinson. And early on, Atkinson induces a easy ground ball that Megan Moore scoops up and throws over to Tori Shepard for the easy out. And a strikeout by Atkinson. And Lacey Fritz throws it over to first for a scoreless top of the first for Atkinson. Southeastern got started early as speedy Katie LaCour beats out a single to start the ball game. Then Megan McCollum comes through with a shot right through the right side of the infield, put runners on the corners. And then an errant throw from the outfield allows the LaCour to race home for the inning's first run. Megan McCollum lining up from second base. Jesse Brown draws a walk. And Michael Truxillo follows with a walk of her own. Loading the bases for the sophomore designated player, Amber Sather. And Sather comes through, ripping one through the left side of the infield. McCollum races home, and Southeastern had an early 2-0 lead. Megan Moore followed, and she draws a bases-loaded walk, and another run comes home as Jesse Brown walks in from third base. Incarnate Word trying not to get into too deep of a hole early as they meeting at the mound, and it didn't work as Lacey Fritz clears the bases with a grand slam home run to give Southeastern a 7-0 lead. Fourth home run of the season for the freshman out of Cartersville, Georgia. Lady Lions threatening further, but a nice dive and catch in right field ends the inning. Southeastern already has a big 7-0 lead. Atkinson shows off the glove there and makes a nice quick throw over to Megan McCollum for first out. And then Megan Moore fires over to Tori Shepard to get Southeastern out of the inning. Jesse Brown leads things off and rips one into left field for a base hit. And Sather nearly leaves the yard with this one, hits it to the deepest part of the park, and Brown races home on the RBI double by Amber Sather. She gives a line up from second base. And then it's Megan Moore coming up with the big fly. Junior out of Elgin, Texas. Her team high 6th home run of the season. And Southeastern firmly ahead 10-0. Michael Truxillo makes a nice play in right field as Lady Lions get out of another inning. Atkinson had it going through the first couple of innings. Then a nice throw there by Lacey Fritz. Megan McCollum applies the tag, and the base runner erased on the caught stealing. And McCollum, playing shortstop for the first time in her Southeastern career, fires it over to first. And Southeastern would weather a little bit of a comeback from Incarnate Word and go on to win the opener 11-5. Spencer Atkinson gets the win in the circle to improve to 2-3 on the season. Amber Sather goes 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 3 runs batted in. Lacey Fritz with a grand slam goes 2 for 4 in the game with 4 runs batted in. Taylor Bishop in the circle for Southeastern as they open up a doubleheader on Saturday against Incarnate Word. She gets a strikeout to start things. Then gets in a little bit of trouble as a walk loads the bases. And then a hot shot ripped to Jessie Brown out in right field. She misplays it, and 3 runs will come home on the single and the 2-run error by Jessie Brown. Bishop gets out the inning, but Southeastern trails early 3-0. Southeastern wouldn't trail for long, however, as double by Megan McCullum starts things off for the Lady Lions. Senior out of Lafayette, Lions up. But they get out of the inning as Amber Souther pops out. Bishop started to pitch better after the rough first inning, striking out batter there, and then another strikeout for the sophomore out of Sugar Land, Texas. Nessa Ng is hit by a pitch, and Southeastern puts a pair of runners on. But Incarnate Word again gets out the inning. With a fielder's choice and then a strikeout of Amber Souther. Wild pitch. Doesn't get far away enough from Lacey Fritz for her not to throw the runner out at third. Base hit by pinch hitter Amanda Livaday. And speedy Katie LaCour gets on with a bunt single. Vanessa Ng lays down a perfect sacrifice bunt to put both runners in scoring position. That brings up Megan McCullum, who rips one through the right side of the infield to cut the Incarnate Word lead to 3-1. And Amber Souther walks, and Southeastern's loaded the bases, down 3-1. Southeastern head coach Pete Langlois giving Brittany Shapey instructions. She got out, and then Michael Truxillo pops out, and Southeastern leaves them loaded, down 3-1. Lady Lions then answer as single by Vanessa Ng puts a pair of runners on. Katie LaCour over at second. And bring in new pitcher Brooke Dubois. And McCullum rips one through the middle infield, and Coach Langlois decides to hold him up. Bases full of Lady Lions for Amber Souther. And they decide not to give Souther anything to hit, and a run scores. Lady Lions cut it to 4-2. And Jessie Brown rips one right up the middle. Ng scores, and racing around and diving around the tag is Megan McCullum, and Southeastern ties it up in the bottom of the 7th, 4-4.
There you go. Get out of this.
Nice play there by Vanessa Ng and Tori Shepard. Gets them out of the inning, and then Ng scoops up another one, throws it over to Shepard, and Incarnate Word couldn't come ahead. Bottom of the 9th inning now, Teresa Lemos leads off the inning. The nice single, sharp single to left center field. And then Jessie Brown bunts Lemos over to second. The throw sails away from the first baseman, and now Southeastern with runners at the corners. First and third. Lemos representing the potential game-winning run. And she would score as Truxillo lifts a fly ball deep enough to center field for Lemos to run in with a game-winning run, and a 5-4 come from behind win for Southeastern in extra innings. South North Oak Park faithful giving Michael Truxillo a standing ovation, and she comes up with a big hit. Lady Lions win 5-4. Spencer Atkinson gets the win in the circle again for Southeastern, improving to 3-3 on the year. Katie LaCour 4 for 5 in the game with a run scored. Megan McCullum adds a 3 for 5 performance. Michael Truxillo 1 for 4 on the season, and she had the game-winning sacrifice fly.
Thanks, Kilmer, and congratulations to Coach Pete Langlois and the softball program for a big Southland Conference sweep against Incarnate Word, picking up 3 big games in that Southland Conference race. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have more for you right here on the Southeastern Sports Report presented by State Farm.